What if loneliness could be solved with a swipe? What if an algorithm could understand your soul better than you do? For Johan, a man drowning in the silent noise of the city, a new app promised just that. Sankofa, the dating platform that used ancestral energy to find your perfect, predestined partner. It promised a love written in the stars. But what if that love was buried in the past? What if your perfect match had been waiting for you for 100 years? Johan was successful, handsome, but profoundly alone. In a city of millions, connections felt digital, fleeting, and empty. He craved depth, a soulful understanding. One night, an ad appeared, sleek and cryptic. Tired of modern dating schemes? Find the connection that transcends time. Sankofa. We don't match personalities. We match spirits. Intrigued and desperate for meaning, he downloaded it. The app didn't ask for his job or hobbies. It asked strange, profound questions. When do you feel most at peace? What does the sound of rain remind you of? Describe the landscape of your dreams. It felt like a therapy session with a ghost. Within an hour, he had one match. A 99.9% compatibility. Her name was Degen. Her profile picture was not a clear photo, but a beautifully rendered, painted portrait of a woman with deep, knowing eyes and a slight, mysterious smile. She was stunningly beautiful, with an elegance that seemed out of another time. Her bio read, "I have been waiting for a love that sees beyond the surface. For a heart that beats in time with the old rhythms." Johan was mesmerized. They began to text. And the conversation was magical. She spoke of poetry, of the philosophy of ancient empires, of the taste of specific rains. She understood his deepest insecurities before he voiced them. She quoted proverbs his late grandmother used to say. It felt like coming home. After 2 weeks of intense, all-night conversations, Johan was hooked, obsessed. He asked to meet, to call, to video chat. Degen always demurred. "The connection we have is purer this way," she'd message. "The physical world is so noisy. Let our spirits converse a while longer." One evening, he pleaded. "Just a voice note. Let me hear you." After a long pause, a voice note arrived. The voice was melodious, soft, but with a strange quality, like a recording played on a very old, very well-preserved phonograph. There was a faint, almost imperceptible whisper underneath her words. She said, "My dearest Johan, you must be patient. Our time will come. I am closer than you think." That night, for the first time, Johan felt a presence in his apartment. A cool spot near his window. The scent of old roses and faint, damp earth. He felt a wave of calm, not fear. He believed it was her love, reaching out. His friend, Araba, a software engineer, was skeptical. "Brother, this sounds like a catfish with a PhD in poetry. Let me see this app." When Johan showed him, Araba frowned. "This is weird. It's using zero data. It's not on any app store I can find. It's like it, self-installed. And this portrait?" She zoomed in. "The painting style, that's late 19th century. Who uses a painting as a profile pic?" But Johan was defensive. "It's artistic. You wouldn't understand a real connection." The miracles continued. He'd have a bad day at work, and a delivery of his favorite, obscure childhood candy would arrive, with no sender listed. He'd think of a song, and it would start playing from his phone's silent speaker. Degen explained it all. When souls are tied, distance is nothing. Johan was in love. But he was also changing. He began to feel constantly cold. He lost interest in going out with friends. The vibrant city lights started to hurt his eyes. He preferred the soft, dim glow of his lamps. He started wearing heavier clothes, drawn to fabrics that felt older. Velvet, thick wool. He was dreaming vividly of a grand, old house with a wide veranda, of horse carriages, and of a woman in a white lace dress who looked like Degen's portrait. In the dreams, they'd dance, but her hands were cold as river stones. The final push came when Araba, now seriously concerned, did a reverse image search on the painted portrait. The result made her blood freeze. It was a digitized archive of a painting from the National Museum. The subject, Degen Sankofa, a renowned socialite and poet from a powerful coastal trading family. Born 1875. Died 1923 in a tragic fire that consumed her family's estate. She had been dead for a century. Araba rushed to Johan's apartment, phone in hand. Johan. She's not real. Look. She died 100 years ago. This app, it's not matching you with the living. It's matching you with the unsettled. Johan stared at the museum entry. The dates. The biography. The same face. A crushing wave of dizziness hit him. But instead of fear, a strange, possessive anger rose in him. So what? He whispered, his voice unfamiliar. She's my match. The app said it transcends time. She understands me. Brother, Araba pleaded, grabbing his shoulders. Look at you. You're freezing. You're pale. You're quoting poetry I know you've never read. She's not just talking to you, she's changing you. You're becoming something that fits her time, not yours. That night, Johan confronted Degen via text. Is it true? Did you die in 1923? The reply was immediate. Time is a river, my love. I am simply waiting for you on the bank I know best. The fire took my body, but not my spirit. Not my love. Sankofa heard my longing and found the only soul that could harmonize with mine across the years. Yours. We are meant to be whole. Then, another message. Let me in. Truly in. Not just in your phone. In your home. Your space. Say my name aloud and welcome me. A part of Johan screamed in terror. But a larger, colder, more infatuated part was tempted. The loneliness before her had been so vast. This connection was the only thing that made him feel real. What was death, compared to that? Foolishly, desperately, he stood in the center of his living room. He whispered, Degen. You are welcome here. The air was sucked from the room. All modern electronic sounds, the fridge hum, the traffic noise, vanished, replaced by an absolute, tomb-like silence. And then, a new scent filled the space, not just old roses and earth, but the distinct, acrid smell of old smoke. And he saw her. Not on the phone. Not in a dream. She stood by the window, translucent at first, then solidifying. She wore the white lace dress from his dreams. She was exactly as in the portrait, impossibly beautiful. But her eyes, once warm in the painting, were hollow, deep pools of longing. And the edges of her dress were singed, blackened. Johan, she said, and her voice was in the room, that same phonograph quality, layered with the crackle of flames. Now we can be together. Properly. Her presence was an icy tide. Where she walked, the modern apartment changed. The smooth walls seemed to crack and darken with old-fashioned wallpaper patterns bleeding through. The LED lights flickered and dimmed, their light replaced by a faint, orange, fire-like glow. Johan could hear distant, ghostly sounds, the clatter of horse hooves on cobblestone, a scratchy vinyl waltz. He was terrified, but also enchanted. This was his miracle. This was his transcendent love. Degen reached for him. Her touch was freezing, a cold that burned. "Join me," she whispered. "Leave the noise of this age. Live with me in the quiet beauty of my time. In the memory of my home." The app on his phone, left on the table, flashed violently. The screen displayed a new, horrifying message: Sankofa complete. Soul migration in progress. Preparing vessel for period-specific integration. He wasn't just being matched. His life force, his very essence, was being prepared as a vessel to replace what she lost. The door to his apartment burst open. It was Araba, who had called in a panic and heard the eerie silence. She carried a small, carved wooden figure, a protective totem her own grandmother had given her. Araba saw the apparition, saw the decaying room, and saw Johan, half his color drained, reaching for Degen's hand. "Degen ya Santua!" Araba shouted, holding the totem high. "Your time is gone. Your love is a memory. You do not belong to his life." The spirit turned, her face twisting from beauty into a mask of fury and grief. The smell of smoke intensified. "He is mine," her voice boomed, no longer melodic, but the roar of a furnace. "The tie is bound." His soul called to mine. Araba thrust the totem towards Johan. "Break the tie, Johan. Reject the match. Delete the app. Now." The command cut through the spiritual fog in Johan's mind. He saw the singed hem of her dress. He felt the deathly cold. He saw the app's message. Preparing vessel. He wasn't a lover, he was a replacement body. With a cry that came from his very core, Johan stumbled back. He grabbed his phone, his fingers numb. He looked at Degen's beautiful, desperate, furious face, and then at the app icon, a knot that now looked like a noose. "I reject this tie," he screamed. "You are not my match. You are a ghost." He uninstalled the Sankofa app. The effect was instant and violent. Degen let out a deafening, silent wail of betrayal and loss. Her form blurred, dissolving into a swirling cloud of ash and old smoke. The apartment snapped back to its normal state with a jarring pop of returning sound. The warmth rushed back in. Johan collapsed, gasping, sobbing. Araba rushed to him. It was over. But not entirely. Johan survived. But he was left, altered. He could no longer stand the cold. He was terrified of fire. And sometimes, in the quiet of night, on the very edge of sleep, he'd hear the faint, scratchy sound of a waltz. His phone, no matter how many times he changed it, would occasionally glitch, showing a notification for an app that didn't exist, with a single word, waiting. The Sankofa app vanished from the internet. But they say if you are lonely enough, truly and profoundly empty, it might just appear on your phone too. Offering a perfect match. A love that transcends time. Johan sought a connection deeper than the modern world could offer. And he found it. But some connections aren't made to be forged, they're meant to rest in peace. His desperation opened a door to a love that was, quite literally, to die for. So, what do you think? Was Johan a victim of a predatory digital spirit, or did his own loneliness invite the haunting? Could an algorithm ever truly map a human soul, and what might it attract in the process? Let me know in the comments. If this tale of a ghost in the machine chilled you, then you must not miss part 2, where we explore what happens when the Sankofa app finds a match who accepts the invitation fully. The link to our next video is on the screen now. Subscribe and hit the bell to follow this story into its darkest depths. Until next time, swipe carefully.